What's up, guys? It's Brent back here, and today we are going to jump back into some modeling. It's been a couple weeks, maybe even close to a little over a month since we actually have done a model. School ended, and I haven't been modeling anything. I haven't had no requests, stuff like that. So I went back, posted into some of the various places I post for trying to get requests if I don't have any comments. And before I got a couple now. But before that, I decided to work on something of my own design in a way. I play Dungeons and Dragons because I am a super talented nerd, and that's what you do if you do that. Anyway, let me stop rambling. And part of my character does tinkering. He makes things, and I wanted to make a modified crossbow in a way and add something to it, but to show my dungeon master, so I DM to see if it's possible. I went ahead and sketched it all out, a couple different views of it, and then I decided I might as well go ahead and make a model of it, because why not? A 3D model is way better than something you make on paper for this kind of thing, for tinkering, So I went ahead and I started working on it. It's not exactly like my sketch, which I will throw up on the screen somewhere right now, but it has the basic components that I was thinking about. The added part, a couple different little thises and that's, and it's more of a concept at this point to show her. And then if you guys really enjoy, this little thing, I could take it into the next stage, which would be maybe actually adding a few other stuff. The one I've made now is pretty simplistic for all things considered. You can't get really artsy with a stuff on Creo just because it's for engineering. It's for like testing the strength of materials and all that kind of stuff. But I like the program, and I like being able to work with it. But I could always go in and actually make an assembly, make each part individually, and go through the process of putting it all together to make a better, better model, I guess. Things you learn with Creo that you can't do is like I have a bunch of like metal pieces that are riveted on to add some strength. I can't add rivets to everything. I added a couple just at the end of the model as I was playing around with stuff, but to hold something together, any kind of metal you'd have to have it riveted to, and you can't copy and paste with Creo. It's just not something that's possible. Well, you can, but then it requires you to do a lot of extra stuff. You gotta specifically click certain. It's way more complicated to copy and paste like individual things. You can't just like slide them and put them on there. There is a pattern that you could directionally move stuff, which you'll see I did for the 2 rivets I put on the front. But anyway, I'm rambling. This is going to be a crossbow. It's a concept piece for maybe continuing it into something else if someone's interested, or if, you guys like it. So we're going to jump into it so you can watch me go ahead and create it. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, there you have it. This is my little bitty crossbow. It feels a little short. The more I look at it, I feel like, but it's, I mean, it's pretty, it might just be it's too fat, because it's 20 inches long, which is, you know, almost 2 feet long for a crossbow. But I would just, pretty much a shielded crossbow, gives you cover while shooting it. I made it a little bigger to shoot bigger bolts, but it's gear fed. I have not put any kind of mechanism to, you know, launch it, and there's no string because I don't have a way to do that in here. I can make like a flat string, but you know, I think it simplifies enough for what I was going for. But yeah, this is kind of thing. I could continue it, actually make each one of these pieces individually for the most part. Make legit gears. I kind of just made like circles and cut them. But I actually have a template to make like legitimate gears that mesh together. All that stuff. The shield didn't turn out as well. It turned out pretty good. You can see Creo, when you paint stuff or like change the material as it would be, if it's all on the same plane, it's considered one part. So you can see that this should be gray right here for a metal plate to put the shield on. And my shield, I wanted to curve and meet with this, but the way I did it for this little bit right here, let's actually move up. Before the fill, should be right here, yeah. The way I made this little piece is with an offset, but you can only offset to the surface that you have. So since the surface is only this big, that's all you could offset with it. Just drop back and put that shield back on there. Regenerates in. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad. I would like to add, you know, some more like metal texturing, and you can see the little rivets I put in here. They're a little different color, but each one you got to make individually and pattern them. It's all at the end, but I would like to put those throughout. You know, I'd like 4 more there, 4 on each of these cross beams, at least 4. I'd maybe even stud the front of that shield right here, and then some on there, because it's supposed to be a strengthening mechanic to this to hold up the heavy shield and to shoot heavier bolts. You know, it's a nerdy D&D craziness. But you know, it was just a little concept piece. You know, oh, that's not the. I don't want to search. I wanted to save because I'm constantly saving stuff, and then Control D. We're also going to look at the reflective one. Reflection. This is like the really pretty one you can do when you render them in. And then I think, let's see, shading with edges is the way I prefer all my stuff. You can see all the rounded edges and all that stuff. But for a concept piece, that took about, you know, 3 hours. I don't think it turned out too bad. Those should be brown. Now I look at it. I don't know. I guess. Why is that surface? This is me just troubleshooting at this point. I wanted to. Oh wait, we want to hover, right click. Is it because I turned? Oh, okay, we're missing. The offset there was for that piece that I added in. Then I rounded it. Okay, I put in a back like stopper plate so I can make all this wood. Apparently it didn't take. Because it was supposed to be, it was a little taller. That's how I got these a different color, is I made them a little longer. I did have a crash, and I could have lost it then. Now they're a little longer. Anyway, I'm just rambling. But this has been a D&D crossbow that I'm putting together. If you guys have any, you know, suggestions of things you want to see me make, I right now have 2 in the pipeline for the next 2 videos. One may or may not, you know, turn out very well, because something really complex, as in, but you'll have to just wait and see. I was going to tell you, but you know, I probably shouldn't because it's supposed to be a surprise. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please hit that like button. Helps me out a great deal. Lets me know you're still enjoying this. This seems to be one of the most popular things I make. But any suggestions, drop them in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.